Thank you for joining us for another movie Lingo discussion. I'm Eddie Lingo.
I'm Ron.
I'm Iris.
Today we're going to discuss Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. All right. If you've seen the movie already, then enjoy. If you haven't, we're going to actually talk. Some spoilers are going to come out. So please go watch the movie, come back, and then watch this discussion, this review, spoiler-filled discussion. So Jurassic World is the sequel to, the Fallen Kingdom is the sequel to Jurassic World, which got a couple years ago, which at that point they were saying was a sequel, because it does take place, and they do reference everything from the original Jurassic Park. Mm-hmm. But then they were like sequel / reboot, and I kind of have to kind of agree with that. If you go back and watch Jurassic World review, I felt like they mimicked everything from the Jurassic Park and just touched it up with new technology and a slightly different story in Jurassic World, and I wasn't really happy with it. And so I thought, it was more of a reboot than it was a sequel, but because they reference things from the original Jurassic Park, it is a sequel. So now we have this sequel again. The park is actually sitting on a volcano. Everything's about to be destroyed. All the dinosaurs they created are about to die.
Didn't know it was a volcano.
And now the story on this one is that Bryce Dallas Howard, who plays our main, wants to save them. She cares about them, and the government does not get involved. They decide to let nature take its course, but then some rich person manipulates the situation, says, "Hey, we have the funds to get them back," and they want to send her on this expedition, and she has to go recruit Chris Pratt to get the most viable one, which is Blue, the raptor, right? And all right, and then. It's pretty much, it gives you a story when you realize that their intentions, the millionaire's intentions, or the guy who's in charge of millionaire's money, were not pure. So that's your synopsis, and we're gonna just jump right in there. Iris, welcome back. Tell us how you felt about the movie without going in too deep.
I enjoyed it. I liked that they referenced a lot from the original Jurassic Park. I don't really see it as a sequel. In my personal opinion, I see it as movie number 6.
But you know that means it's a sequel. It's in a sequence.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like,
story arc.
I would say it would be like a saga.
It would still be in order.
I guess.
Sequel doesn't mean like.
Well, for me,
second
when you that's how I see it though. When you say, "Oh, it's a sequel," or the prequel, it's the one that comes before, or just like the second one that comes after. Mm-hmm. For me, it's a big, it's a saga, and it's the 6th movie. So I don't say sequence, I say saga.
If that's how you want to,
that's how I like to categorize.
Exactly, but if that's how you want.
3
but
is Rocky 3. I get it's in the saga.
It's still a sequel.
Because
it's the next sequence. It's the next movie in the sequence of movies. That's in the chronological order. So it is a sequel. That's what that means.
I guess.
But
if
you want to represent yourself that way, go ahead.
Something like that, like maybe Star Wars.
Represent myself that way.
Yeah.
I just, you know what it is, because like when I explain movies, the way I like to break it down, I feel like when you talk about part 2, you don't say part 2, you say the sequel.
But then if there's a 3, that's still a sequel.
Oh, but you say part 3.
But it still is a sequel.
I guess after you've done like 2 movies and you continue on, for me you just say it's a part of the saga.
I think you should just do like the plot and continue going. It's just as bumpy.
That's how I like to categorize it. That's just me.
So, Iris, how'd you feel about the movie?
I know I enjoyed it. I did. I like that Jeff Goldblum came back. Well, I mean, even though he had like a little blip in the movie, basically just narrating his opinion about having the dinosaurs and how we kind of crossed the line there, which in the movie they do cross a line. But yeah, no, I liked it for what it was. I mean, I don't want to go into too much detail. Okay. So, I mean, I liked it.
Spoil anything.
Yeah, not yet at least.
Until we start breaking down.
So, I liked it. I did have a few problems here, but most of it is good. So, we'll get into that when we get there.
All right, Ron.
This movie was crap. This movie, when I wanted everybody to not make it off the volcano. God. Like, this was bad. And listen, I'm not saying don't watch it. I'm not saying
anybody who's still at this point has already seen it. Because
it's $700 million made. They're going to make a number 3. They couldn't even do. If you stayed at the end of the movie, there is an end credit. That end credit, they couldn't even do that right. You saw that?
I did, but that was
What you could have put that with the montage with the lion.
But
Stop it. This is whatever part you want to go with. Did not like this at all.
Didn't like it at all.
And I wanted to watch it. I circled the calendar.
Oh, that's why you didn't like it.
It could have been that song. It could have. Oh man, it was bad.
I actually thought it was better. It was better than I expected. I walked in.
Is it better than the first one?
Yeah.
They did the same thing off the first one.
Okay, but in this one, they broke away a little bit from the first one. The Jurassic World is really just a copy of Jurassic Park. Okay, and in the Jurassic Park 2, they do take the T-Rex into the city and it goes a little crazy. So I was like, they're about to do the same thing with this one. But when they focused on the island and then basically just trying to get out of the situation in the house with that created raptor or whatever, it then became a little bit different. And so I was pleased that it didn't actually do the reaction of people, even though that's where it's headed with the next one.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
But they slowed it down and gave me
a little bit. They didn't want to use everything
all in one shot.
Like, we keep taking everything from all the past Jurassic movies and no one's noticing it. They're still buying it. We don't want to use everything for the people in the city, so let's just hold off on that one.
Well, I mean, I think bringing the dinosaurs to the mainland was a little bit of a change.
No, they did that in Part 2. Jurassic Park 2. They brought the T-Rex, and then they got out.
You fit all those dinosaurs.
That was the thing to do back then in the late 80s and the early 90s was if you couldn't run out this, bring them to the city. They even did it with Jason, Friday the 13th. Jason Takes Manhattan, number 8. They always find a way to bring it back to the city when they don't have any other ideas, and so that's what Jurassic Park 2 did, and that's where I thought this one was going. They did eventually get there, but they left it to the very end. So I was pleased with that because I thought that it was really just going to be, as soon as they saved them, then
they would be
running loose in the city, and it was just crazy, and but they were actually kept it contained to that one location, so it was decent for me. It was better than I thought. I enjoyed it. Now, if they would have stayed on the island like you mentioned, and the whole movie took place there, and it was just like really, really crazy, one thing after another, I think I would have really, really enjoyed it because they would have totally caught me off guard. What do you think? I mean, there's no way they could have survived it, but the volcano eruption would have had to slow down. But
well, to be honest with you, I thought that's how it was gonna be.
Just stay on the island with that.
They were gonna stay on the island, and that eventually the volcano erupting would be the situation toward the end of the movie.
Almost like a little mini villain time clock type figure out.
Basically,
See, then we just had like
just a natural disaster.
I would have been good with it if that was the whole movie. Man.
We just had 3 volcanoes go off.
Sad.
Did not get rid of a whole land. But the timing of this one, the last day, the volcano takes off everything. But we have volcanoes going off literally right now, and it's not to the same level.
Let's not mix the fictional world with the reality. Because we'll be angry all the time. All right. So, Iris, what is it that you didn't like about this one?
Well, for me, What I really didn't like, and I hate to do a whole spoiler because it is a major spoiler.
Give it. They should have seen the movie. Give it.
Is that when you find out the little girl's a clone?
I saw this coming.
I did. I was not even paying attention. I was just like, oh wow, she looked just like her. When she looked at the picture,
you didn't notice that the picture was
what
old?
What are you talking about?
I looked at the picture and I was just like, oh
and
man.
The look on her face, like
I was looking at her mom. I was looking at her mom and I was like, was she in any of Jurassic? I started thinking about other shit. I was not even paying attention because that part of the story didn't seem to matter to me. I was ready to get back to.
There's a lot of it like that.
But
I think for me personally, I just felt like that was just overly the top.
What was over the top is that line she used at the end when she frees them.
When they're alive, just like me.
They're alive, just like me.
Oh, but that makes sense, though.
It does, but it's just like they're trying too hard.
It's just bullshit. That was just bad writing right there. Like, y'all want to give me crap about my sequence thing? That was awful.
That was bad.
It was like, why else would she let them go? Like,
you know why she had to let them go?
Why?
Because if you would have put all those animals in there and gassed them to death, what movie would have been then?
Yeah.
She knows this?
You had to let them out.
So,
because I was looking real uncomfortable. Like, we just gonna leave them in this room?
Okay, but
gas is coming in here. We just
seriously though. Besides that, if she would have just let them free, and everybody looked at her, wouldn't you want to know, like, bitch, what the fuck? Why are you doing this shit?
Yeah, that would have been an ass whooping in her life,
fact
in my opinion.
So what answer would she give you then?
I just looked at it. It was another situation how constantly the plot was like little cookies, the same company, the producing company that does the was E.T. Remember, I put the Reese's Pieces so he can be found.
Right.
That's what they did with the plots. They just put Reese's Pieces in the plot, and when she didn't press that button, the Staples Easy button, she didn't press it. And she walked away. I'm like, who's watching this button? Someone's gonna open it, and then they hit it, and they're all surprised, like, someone pressed the button. No, there was multiple times in the movie where they were just. To me, I felt like everything I either saw already or was predictable.
Well, for me, in that moment,
I don't know.
I was actually fingers crossed, hoping that they were really going to let these dinosaurs.
I was hoping so too.
Like this will break away from that predictability. I was like, oh, okay, please, like, all right, let them die. And then I don't know, maybe there's one or two that are already out because they had sold already. Yeah. And that will be part of part 3, whatever. And I was okay with that, but. Then once the door opened, I was like, damn, they let them all out. And I don't know. That just it didn't disappoint me as much as it did you guys, but I was
that didn't disappoint me.
It was just a girl?
Yeah, just like, really? We're cloning kids now? Come on.
Yeah,
I just felt
money.
like no, but I mean, like, I just felt like that was just a little over the top. Like, that was just a little extra for the movie. Now. Like, I just think that whole, like, the dinosaurs, fine, whatever, but that whole, like...
The whole plot wasn't
really
needed.
It was unnecessary.
Yeah, it was unnecessary. We could have got the exact same story without her being a clone.
Yeah.
She really could have been the granddaughter.
Yeah.
And she really could have hit that button at the end and just be like, no, but I like them. They're free.
Yeah, some shit. Like, really?
Something.
Like, they're alive. Like me. Really?
I don't know.
Nah. One of them is eating your ass. I don't want to hear it.
So what about it did you like, Iris? Because I don't think there was much that Ron did like, so I'm not going to ask him.
I don't know. I like the whole movie, the movie as a whole. Other than that cloning the little girl, I mean, I enjoyed it. You know, I think with the whole bits and pieces you guys are talking about with, they pulled that from that one or that movie, that it really didn't bother me.
Yeah, but it's not bothering most people. That's why it's making the money it's making.
Which I'm not mad at it. I'll be there for the third one. I'm just saying, I'm like, I expected more. They got the money. I don't know shit about writing scripts and but you couldn't write a better, like how many more times do I need to see a dinosaur rushing to a small door where a girl has to scream and then close the door and the dinosaur runs into it? We did that already. Yeah. In the first one, opening the door, we did that already.
Learn how to open the door, yes.
Yeah, we did this already. Yeah. And I'm just looking around at everybody in the theater like, oh my God, this is good. I'm like, we've been here.
So, but Iris, you were saying? It didn't bother you, so.
It didn't bother me because it's like, what else could they have done? Like, the dinosaurs have laser eye vision or they blow fire?
Don't sit down. Don't. That's like, they're gonna weaponize them anyway.
Deepest Blue. Samuel Jackson will come back.
They're gonna weaponize them anyway. The ones that they sold. So don't put that out there. In the
third one.
Rampage.
Like I felt like they did what they could do.
To take
with what they had. Like, what more could they do with the dinosaurs?
It's not even that. Just if they would have I felt like if they just went back and watched the movie themselves before they released it. Like, there was one scene where the guy's typing in the code. He types in the code. I'm like, they're purposely showing that this code is gonna come back up some kind of way. Yeah. So I remember, I'm like 7,337 pounds, and I remember the girl goes up to the room, and I whisper to my wife, I'm like 7,337, and sure enough, the girl pressed the code. I'm like, that's how bad this is. That there was no catch on this. And then when he went to that room, right, and he's showing the little midget guy, not trying to be disrespectful, he's showing the smaller actor guy, hey, listen, this is my lair, this is all the stuff going on, dinosaurs here, we're going to auction stuff off. There's workers, there's guards, there's scientists in here, this place is jumping. The girl goes back, there's no one in this place.
Empty.
Completely empty.
They were on their lunch break.
They're on their lunch break. The people who wrote this were on their lunch break.
They
went to the bank. They were getting money out of the ATM, which makes sense. I can't be mad at them. Or the scene where they're running in the grass, and they're behind. There's like the log, and then you have that spear from the previous movie because they're just recycling.
Right.
That spear's still there. That scene is the same scene when they're running from the last movie and running from the first Jurassic
movie. They use the same type shots.
Same mother beep. And I'm like, how is this entertaining to anybody?
Wow, I really don't like it.
No.
But that's how I felt about Jurassic World. I felt like it was just giving us the exact same stuff. But this one, like I said, I was a little bit more pleased. Now, what I was more pleased with in Jurassic World, they created the whatever Dominus Rex that's supposed to be this super adaptive hunting killing machine. So, but the way they described it and the way it's supposed to adapt, no one should have survived that movie. And then we shouldn't have a Fallen Kingdom unless you got new people, which I would have been perfectly fine with because that creature should have demolished everybody because of its hunting style.
Cloaking and all this other stuff. Predator vibe type.
This time they introduced this one that they made, and they all the things that they said it was capable of, it lived up to, and
only when it fed the plot, in my opinion.
I mean, well,
we're gonna show you the laser thing with the button. Remember the laser
but
thing
they
and
gave
the button.
You,
we're showing you because we're gonna use this again.
Right, but that's foreshadowing. That's not really bad writing. That's so when you see it later, you're gonna be like, well, where did that come from?
Okay, then what about the part where that same dinosaur, you're watching its ability to play dead, and the shots did nothing to it, which is cool. Play dead, use his tail, kind of joke with the crowd, whatever, even smile. Then minutes later, they're in that like display where they're all hiding around it, and he's kind of running around. He doesn't use his tail to manipulate them. He can't outsmart that they're going around in a circle. He's part raptor. They can smell you.
He's smell a mile away.
Exactly. Talked about it multiple times.
That was a mess up.
He climbs on top of the whatchamacallit, like, where the fuck could they be?
Right. No, they definitely fucked up with that.
I'm worth $25 million. Where the fuck could they be?
But that was like one of the few moments.
What about when he was over the girl's bed?
What about it? He was headed straight to her.
Listen, but what's the snaky...
Creepy? Listen, they didn't say that he was going to always be fast.
It's
for cinematic value. He knows he's on camera.
It reminded me like Scary Movie. Take the stone.
No, that's worse. Get that nasty thing away from me. That's worse.
My germ.
But you have to remember, Dr. Henry Wu always kept repeating, he's just a prototype.
And I understood.
So there may have been situations where there could be some glitches.
He didn't even want him sold.
That's what I said. If they would have just watched the movie, they could have worked out a lot of stuff. When Shaw went down, when that dude, my bad, whatever his name is, when he went down, the plot holes were so bad. They're like, okay, the doctor's down. How do we get the doctor out of the scene so we can use him in another movie? Oh, henchman number 3 grabs him and drags him out with no words. That's what happened. How does that make sense in a summer blockbuster movie?
What would you prefer?
Yeah.
I don't know shit about writing stories.
Okay, so then you can't bitch and
Okay, you know what?
No
you gotta give an alternate.
Yeah.
What's the other movie I just saw? The Cesario?
Cesario.
Whatever. Gringo over here. Whatever. That was awesome. We'll talk about that, and you'll see another video for that one. But I guess when you see that and the writing with that, there was no amazing special effect or budget, whatever. The writing on that, you're like, wow, I had no idea.
Let me tell you what's going on right here with you right now. I'm not saying you're wrong.
It could be the hint.
You made the mistake of actually looking forward to this movie.
That's
you know what I'm saying? I knew
that's what happens
that
when you heighten your expectations.
You probably got me.
And I walked in
expecting
the same crap I got from Jurassic World, and I was like, hey,
that's probably what it was.
This is not bad.
That's probably...
You
when it comes to these types of movies, I go in there like if I'm a kid. Like, yay, I'm going to see the dinosaurs.
Okay.
So my expectations aren't tainted.
You just want to see the dinosaurs. She got what she wanted.
I went in there like a fiscal responsible
and I got to
adult
see Chris Pratt.
and not knowing where the fuck my money went. That's how I went.
Well, my money went to a beer, so that night. So
all right,
that's what my shit was.
My final question before we rate it then. If when they make the next one, will you be there to watch it? And
they give him blood transfusions to a dinosaur.
Well, she's a vet. They need.
You gotta find the vein and all that. Like they did it one take. They sent a complete stranger to take blood from a T-Rex.
What are you talking about? Chris Pratt wasn't a complete stranger.
This motherfucker was doing karate moves. He's supposed to be a trainer.
But you don't know what knowledge he has.
You haven't showed me. There was no foreshadowing in any of the...
That one we don't know because they were on the island before when we got Jurassic World. They had already
houses. That's the only training I know he has.
But see, prior to that, Jurassic World.
Well,
They
remember,
never show me that.
He was. You don't know, so you have to assume. It's not like they brought somebody who had never been around these things, and they were all of a sudden finding the veins. And it was so.
I'm talking about the fighting scene where he was like, he was just ducking everything.
You talking about when he was
couldn't touch. I'm like, who's this guy? We could have used him for the Avengers.
You don't.
Yeah, he did do better than Star-Lord, but still.
Anyway, guys.
I just need to stop.
I think you're being overly critical on that one.
Yeah, let me tell you.
I mean, he was pretty agile and aggressive in the last one too.
Yeah, he was smooth. He was almost like Indiana Jones. He was very resourceful, and I get all that.
Yeah,
but this was some Tybo type.
Yeah,
like he's been waiting for this moment his whole life. Like I don't.
Well, you don't know what prior training he has to that. That's like in the military.
Show me that.
In the military, yes, they're trained to fight, but there's a unit that trains canines.
Was he?
We don't know because that's not
the
gist of it.
You ever notice every hunter is a bad guy. Like the same. Hey, we're looking for another hunter for Jurassic Park. What do you got to do? You got to be like this. Oh, we can do that.
Yeah. So okay. So you want more backstory?
No, see, I knew you were gonna do that. That's not
what
I wanted. I just wanted you to break the mold. I wanted you to say, "Hey, look, you guys this big platform."
Manny,
give me
the not so super fan.
Just give me listen.
That and his Hallmark moments.
Listen, all I said was just give me a better script, a better story.
I'm with you on that.
Give me some twists, some plots.
I'm with you on that. But
more than some cutscenes that make me.
I'm gonna tell you like I used to tell Manny, like you used to co-sign with me. Some backstories are not important enough for the movie. This movie wasn't his story. No,
I don't mean him. I just mean there was two. Okay, look, the first part of the house, which I'm not the best on CG, it didn't even look like look at parts that would add it on, whatever. That did not look like the same house on the water scene. It looked like something out of Gotham. The girl is balancing like she plays what's the game? Assassin's Creed. However old this girl is doing doesn't make any sense. When they're sliding down the you can see her with the greatest of ease kick one foot to slide the same place as Chris to continue to slide. It was almost seeming like when they were doing that scene, they were never in danger.
Right.
At no point were they really in danger.
I mean,
I wouldn't say
coming
that.
After them.
Yeah, and it's like when you got that adrenaline, there's things that kick in, instincts kick in.
Okay. Also, she's not real. So
yeah, she's a
clone.
clone.
Instincts kick in. I'm on top of a roof. I'm balancing.
But remember,
I got the dinosaur with the gun. You know what I should do? Use the new feature to point at the man I love and have the dinosaur go get him because I'm pretty sure my boyfriend.
Well, he did tell her to do it.
Doesn't matter. I wouldn't have done it.
And remember,
I'd have pointed to Blue.
She's a clone.
Blue wasn't there at that moment. Blue showed up.
Yeah, she showed up after when they foreshadow. I'm learning shit. They foreshadowed he would die on the spike thing,
right?
And you're like, oh, he's not gonna die. Oh, here comes Blue to make him die exactly right there.
Yeah, I want some more juice when you get a chance.
All right,
so you gonna get
Well, let's go ahead.
When I give it to you, it's gonna be a hard cup. Gonna be in a harder cup.
She's squeezing
making
popping
mistakes here.
So let's rate this thing so we can go get some juice. Because that's obviously more important than Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah. I really need juice.
Okay, you know what? Would you watch the third one?
Oh, I didn't answer my own question.
The seventh one? Yeah, I would watch the seventh one.
Remember, it's a sequel, so it's not just...
Would you watch the sequel number 3?
Yeah.
The sequel number 3?
The sequel. It's basically like... Is it the sixth one?
I'm so pissed at this movie.
This will be the sixth one or the seventh one?
If they make another one, because they made 3 Jurassic Parks and then now 2 Jurassic World.
So pissed at this movie. The power went out. They had to boot
so then
the
it's 5 and this will be 6
up.
or some shit
There
like
was
that.
a scene where it was raining and a T-Rex ate the dude while it's raining. Mm-hmm. It's too much shit from the other movies. When are you going to do your own Damn.
But weren't you happy that guy died?
Which one? Are you talking about the very end?
Yeah.
Yes, I was happy about him.
But the guy on the island, you weren't happy about that?
It's not about that. It's just the same. You brought the...
I felt bad for him because he thought he made it
Goldberg,
on the
what's
stairs.
Goldberg, whatever his name is?
Jeff Goldblum. Yeah.
He was doing the longest defending whatever trial case ever. He started the case at the beginning of the movie. He was still talking about the case at the end of the movie. You only use this dude for how to get away with murder?
In half.
That was terrible. That was terrible. You had him there.
I think he made very good point.
He made very good money. That's what it was. I'm not mad at you.
Well, you must be because he's talking all this crap.
Keep that same energy.
Well, I will say that I will watch another one if they make it, but I'm going in still with my expectations on the
like
ground.
a kid in a candy store.
I'm gonna have to wait for
Because they,
what I'm saying.
you would think by now they would have an opportunity to do something
You are
original, but they
selfish.
still, like you said, they still save some stuff. So now we're gonna do the whole reaction. Half of them is gonna be reacting to them in the city, and people, you know, they're gonna be breaking into stores.
They already said what the name of the movie is gonna be already.
Oh, really?
It's gonna be Jurassic Park 3: The Hangover.
Jurassic World?
No, Jurassic Park 3: The Hangover.
Oh, okay. So they're basically just giving us Jurassic Park 3 again.
Yeah, The Hangover.
Okay, I got you. But Jurassic Park 3 wasn't in the city. That was
Yeah,
on
but
another
that's
island. A
That's
whole
why it
new
doesn't
island.
make sense. They call it The Hangover.
That's the only thing that doesn't make sense to me.
Another island again, huh? What?
That in one of them it was a totally different island.
Yes.
So what happened with that island? They never explained what
The
happened.
guy
with
from
that
Virgin Mobile bought it. I don't know.
Maybe so.
island. Oh,
He
Lord.
probably did. He buys everything.
I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, well, I don't
I'm
know.
on an island.
I was mad that I actually watched Jurassic Park 3, so we'll see what happens with Jurassic World. Welcome to Vegas, or what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I don't know. That's probably what they call it.
Who the hell knows?
Who knows? So let's go ahead and rate this thing.
Jurassic Park. Está comiendo tu culo. Okay. Go ahead.
Iris, you first.
Why me?
Because no,
You know why he's...
because Ron's gonna try and
No, I already
Take
have a number.
Yeah, you're right.
I
Ron,
could
'cause
write my number down. It's not gonna change.
it's not gonna change. But
It's not
see,
gonna change.
Sometimes
I thought you guys were gonna help
you'll
it.
spike
Not
it
gonna
or
help
you'll
it.
totally tank
Not
it
gonna help
to lower the average. So I want your
I'm
number
about to
first.
make them change their whole fucking strategy. That's what they're doing right now. Like, don't let Ron go. Let's come up with a strategy.
Nope, I got it. You go
I have
first.
a
'cause
No, I don't want to go first.
Nope.
If I go first, you're just gonna adjust.
I'm not gonna adjust. I don't adjust my
Okay.
ratings for you.
You sometimes you do.
I don't when you make good points.
Okay.
But that was only in Apes.
Okay, listen. You've already said I did not enjoy this movie. I thought it looked great. The music was all right. The score was all right. There was parts of the movie where it was just cheesy. It was like one guy was coming out. You're the guy from the Get Down.
Mm-hmm.
That's where he was. But he comes out. He's like, "Man, it's real hot out here." And then Chris's character literally turns to the camera and says, looks at the volcano over the back of his shoulder, and says, "It's gonna get a whole lot hotter." And then the scene changed. They just CSI Miami does. I'm like,
They did.
for that reason,
Oh,
I give it a 2.
so funny.
That was it. That
That's
was
a
the
2.
reason.
That was
That-
a 2.
for that
Not
reason.
for that. You motherfucker.
You
God,
said it.
Don't literally take what I just said.
For
I did
that
a whole
reason.
body of work of why I didn't like the movie. Okay.
All right, so you
it's
give it
not
2.
that reason. Okay.
And it's funny because that's what I just whispered.
I did.
I was
Shit,
like,
it was
what,
gonna
like a
happen. It was gonna happen. I ain't mad at it.
Iris, your rating of what?
I give it a 7.
All right. Why?
Well, I enjoyed it. I mean, it seems compared to Ron,
Don't
he
let
had
me.
way higher expectations
you.
for a fucking dinosaur movie than I had. But
I didn't even have high expectations. I just wanted
did
to
say
see
you
the
circled
movie.
the date.
Listen, I wanted to
You
see
just
the
decided.
movie,
Okay,
but y'all making it seem like I thought it was gonna be Grammy nominated. I wasn't even saying
You're
that.
reacting like it disappointed you like that.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying
like-
this is
You're-
just
let me tell you how
this
you're
fucking bad.
You're reacting like they said
like this should have been Sicario.
like they showed you something in
Please
trailers
tell me.
like
Should've been better.
Emmy nominated Jesus Christ is gonna be in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and then you didn't get not one clip of Jesus Christ, and you'd be like, "Where's my Jesus?" That's how you're acting. Like I get it, it wasn't great, but you're acting like they ripped you off
I
when you
felt-
should have not had to have an expectation. This is the
Maybe
last
that's
one.
what it was.
Okay.
Hey, but I already said I'll go back and watch the third one. Just
well, that's why I gave it a 7 because I knew what it was gonna be, a dinosaur movie. It's a fucking
see, y'all
dinosaur
just
movie.
fucking with me at this point.
It's a
No, it
seven.
was.
As if I
It was
walked in
cute.
like
It wasn't a
kid,
great
like,
movie. You're right.
It was cute, but
But-
there were some like
Just-
overly exaggerated situations that I was like, really, was that even necessary? And then there
And I
were
was
some
sitting there like,
lines, lines that were corny as shit that I was like, yeah, that was no.
She got stabbed in the leg, but she was fine for the rest of the movie.
Yeah, like yeah, I'm good. So yeah,
Yes.
7 is good.
7
for
is
me.
a number. All right. Well, see, my number is a 5. All right, and I'm gonna tell you what. Ooh.
Tell me why.
All right. At first, when I left there, I was 6 because I was pleased that they didn't go into the city, and that was the only thing I was focused on. But then the more I thought about it, like you were saying, there was still a lot of elements from the older movies, and just not really still trying. but I still was entertained what I got with this new hybrid Raptor. I like the design.
Cool. I like the yellow thing.
Yeah, it's a lot cooler than the Dominus Rex, and a lot more effective. Even though they still had that issue. So with him not sensing them, he can smell a mile away or whatever. Even though they did say it was a prototype, I just thought it should have been a lot more aggressive, a lot more effective. I didn't like the people that were on the island in the beginning. I felt like that was just like a stupid moment to make something cool happen. Like, because I would have been super paranoid. If I turn around and I see people doing this,
I already start running. What's behind me? What's behind me? Where we going?
I'm like, shit, what? I'm running over there.
You were saying that I turn off the... No, man, I ain't turn it off.
Stuff like that. Like, the situation... Like, I get it. They were contracted. They probably didn't do their research, whatever. But I was just like... there was a lot of moments like that. I didn't pay attention to or get wild by the clone thing. Mm-hmm. And then later on when I thought about it, I was like, it wasn't really even necessary, so it was cool. But I was at a 6 when I originally left the theater, but then when I thought about how I really would have liked it to either stay on the island or how I would have liked them to die there in the mansion, and then they found another way to give us something out. And they did, and they just, now we're back to what I was worried about. It's going to be in the city. Now I got to do a whole nother movie of that instead of it ending up there or whatever. It's like, so I didn't drop. So my rating is a 5. All right. Which averages 4.66666. All right. So
5.
5. We're just going to round it up to 5. You okay with that? Overall movie Lingo rating for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is a 5. You okay?
Just trying to keep that same energy. That's all. So. You good?
Yeah.
This movie was so fucking bad though. Like you watched? Did you rewatch The Last Jedi?
No, I was mad at that one too.
That was bad. I watched it again. It was really bad.
It's a really bad movie.
It was really bad.
It really
movie.
breaks from the universe.
It hurt me because I said it was good. Then I watched it again, and it is really bad.
I know. Watch that review if you haven't seen it. Yeah. This one, I didn't go in with that. I was like, this is really bad. All right. Well, listen. In the future, don't circle anything on your calendar.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you gotta lower your expectations. Go in there like a kid. Like,
it is a bad movie though. But I still think it's 5 out of 2. But I respect you too. I respect you, but I can just tell it's because
it was a beautiful young woman who didn't have anything going up.
Just a high 5.
Just a high 5. You go on a date with her, everything was good. You say goodbye, at least a kiss goodbye. If not, that's fine. And then she gives you a high 5.
It just totally throws you off.
And you're like, what? That's what this movie did to me.
Yeah.
Yes, you just gotta mind fuck the shit out of me.
Well, anything else you want to add before I sign off?
I got nothing, just dinosaurs.
Dang.
You know what's better? The show dinosaurs.
Oh, really? I don't trust anything with dinosaurs.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about
that show, Dinosaurs, with that very sad season finale.
Yeah.
It's the worst. The saddest show ever on television. If you guys don't know, look that up on YouTube. Dinosaurs,
real, man.
TV series, season finale. Saddest season finale.
Yes, it
series
really
finale.
was. It got like super serious. Like, this is supposed to be fucking kids. Like, what happened?
Because dinosaurs do die.
Yeah.
They do this thing. So anyway. All right, thank you for joining us for another Movie Lingo discussion. I'm Eddie Lingo.
I'm disappointed in dinosaurs.
I'm Iris.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Love you.